Earth is currently hotter than at any point in modern recorded history. Historically, a summer heat wave was a brief, localized anomaly, a few unusually warm days before the weather broke. Today, these events are prolonged, widespread, and cover entire continents for weeks at a time. Global climate experts are in broad agreement. These conditions are now occurring too frequently and too intensely to be categorized as a typical summer. The rapid spike in global baseline temperatures indicates that the planet has transitioned into a state of consistent high heat volatility. India has become a primary frontline for this crisis. Across several states, daily temperatures are now regularly crossing the 45 degrees Celsius mark. The heat is so intense that it is actively destroying basic urban infrastructure. Asphalt roads are literally melting under the sun. For outdoor laborers and delivery workers, avoiding this environment is impossible. They are forced to endure hazardous conditions daily, desperately attempting to lower their core temperatures to prevent fatal heat stroke. For millions of people living in extreme heat zones, basic economic survival is now actively colliding with literal physical survival. This environmental breakdown extends far beyond the equator. Europe currently ranks as one of the fastest warming regions in the world. Early, intense summer heat is drying out the landscape and igniting wildfires directly adjacent to heavily populated residential areas. Higher up, sustained temperatures are causing ancient ice structures and massive alpine glaciers to rapidly recede, melting away into rocky lakes. The question is how isolated seasonal weather patterns synchronized into an inescapable planetary catastrophe. The primary driver behind these rising temperatures is global warming, accelerated by human industrial activity. Infrastructure like coal plants, manufacturing facilities, and fossil fuel vehicles continuously pump massive amounts of dangerous gases into the atmosphere. This illustrates the greenhouse effect. Incoming solar energy passes to the surface, but the gas layer prevents outgoing heat from escaping. This line graph tracks global temperatures over decades, showing how trapped heat establishes a new, higher baseline. With the baseline elevated, every subsequent season starts out warmer, making naturally occurring weather anomalies significantly stronger and more destructive. As the atmosphere traps more heat, the Earth's natural defense systems are collapsing under the strain. The world's oceans are absorbing massive, unsustainable amounts of this excess thermal energy. This oceanic warming disrupts global weather balances. It throws off traditional monsoon patterns and pushes more aggressive storm systems onto the continents. Our second major defense system is failing alongside it. Mass global deforestation drastically reduces the planet's natural ability to generate rainfall and cool the surface, leaving massive tracts of scraped, barren Earth. By systematically crippling our oceans and our forests, human activity has actively stripped the Earth of its mechanical ability to regulate its own temperature. While the natural world loses its cooling systems, our major population centers are amplifying the heat through a phenomenon known as the urban heat effect. Dense physical infrastructure, concrete roads and tall buildings, acts as a thermal sponge. Combined with heavy traffic and suffocating smog, cities trap massive amounts of solar radiation during the day. As darkness falls, trapped heat radiates back into the streets. The environment pulses with thermal energy long after sunset, preventing the city from cooling down. Modern metropolitan infrastructure is essentially engineered to trap billions of people in an inescapable cycle of heat. This environmental breakdown pushes human biology past its operational limits, fracturing our medical and social safety nets. Hospitals worldwide are already overflowing, struggling to manage sudden influxes of patients suffering from severe heat stroke and extreme dehydration. Beyond immediate medical emergencies, there is a cascading threat to our vital resources. Severe, prolonged droughts are cracking farmlands and destroying essential crop yields. When medical infrastructure and food production buckle under the same thermal pressure, a weather event becomes a direct strain on the foundations of modern society. These conditions are not projections for a distant future. They are the rapidly deteriorating reality of the present. Scientists warn that as greenhouse gas emissions continue to accumulate, the extreme heat today represents only the beginning of an upward warming curve. In our next episode, we will examine how these failing crop yields threaten to trigger a global food price crisis and what measures governments are attempting to deploy to survive it.